sir.
Okay, we're both talking with our hands fingertips touch. Don't touch me. That makes you a fucking dumb. How do you survive in society? Get away. How about back the up then? If you're worried about being touched, you're in the wrong line of work. I bet everybody you come into contact with, you touch. So why would you say something so ignorant and stupid like that, you know? And
Hey guys, Vigilante Knock here. This one is a DUI checkpoint in Hayward, California that I recorded with NorcalCopWatch, Anthony X, and AngryVetAudits. If you're not familiar with them, check them out. I'll have links in the description. They do some really great work. Now, I want you to notice how Hayward Police Department set this checkpoint up. They have a staging area set up in the road near the center median of a 4-lane road and a large trailer that blocks the view of that area from the sidewalk. Then they have a huge section of the sidewalk closed, resulting in what seems to be an attempt to prevent transparency of their actions. So I eventually just walked down the median to get close enough to hear what's going on and ended up having some really great conversations with a couple of the officers on scene. It's a long one, but I think you guys are really going to appreciate some of the dialogue that takes place in this one. So let's get to it.
so this is uncharted territory. I'm going to walk down the island and see how close I can get.
Hey boss, you gotta get out of the center median.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
There's no law. I'm not obstructing traffic.
Hey, Lieutenant Hoyer. Lieutenant Hoyer, can you explain to this gentleman that he cannot be in the center median? He wants to argue that he can be there. Remember, you're not answering questions.
I'm not obstructing traffic.
Because the roadway, you're going to end up getting a citation.
What's that?
Just because you're in the roadway.
Right. I'm not in the roadway.
No, you are. This is part of the roadway.
No, it's not. This is part of the sidewalk. I'm not obstructing traffic.
Listen, we just go over there. Or over there.
The problem is,
listen.
wait, let me show you the problem, the reason I'm here. Okay? Is because you guys got these guys all the way over here where we can't
you're
record
welcome
them.
to go right over there on the sidewalk.
That's,
And you can record, use boom mic. Everything they're doing is on monitor camera.
Okay,
You can do a public records request.
so under threat of arrest? Or what? Am I arrested if I don't leave the
You're going to
median?
get a citation.
For
To
what?
start with.
For what?
For being in the roadway. There's traffic coming through and
I'm
you're
not
in
in
the
the
roadway.
roadway. The median is not the roadway.
It's part of the roadway that they're doing. You walk through the roadway.
So when guys sin and panhandle,
They're not supposed to do that, no.
they're not supposed
No.
to. Says who? But there should be a law.
I can't control everything that happens all the time, right?
Right.
Stuff happens that's illegal.
But what is the penal code that says I can't stand in the median? I mean, because I'll take a ticket. We just want to record. How about this? How about how about you allow me to stand right here?
We can't have you
But I
interfere.
can
No,
be, but
this is there's ongoing investigations here, and that's the deal. Is
Right.
I'm happy to have you guys record.
Right.
I'm great with it.
as long as
You do it on the sidewalk,
But-
you can use boom mics. You can use whatever you want.
right. Well, see, we have to be able to hear, and I can't hear anything over there. Well, that's the Supreme Court
Well, then
ruling.
you can do from over
Is
there.
when we can't hear what's going on over here, and this is what's all going
What's
on.
the
in.
Supreme Court ruling of being able to hear?
Of being able to record audio, okay, versus
And you can from over there.
We can, but you can't hear it. You have to be able to hear with the human ear what's going on.
You can hear from over there if you're talking loud enough.
Absolutely not. We can hear from there.
You're welcome. Listen, the reality is, listen, there's a permit. and they've locked down the sidewalks. Technically, no one's even allowed to be on the sidewalk.
Right.
I can show you the permit. But we don't.
I'd like to see it actually.
Okay, but we have no problem with you guys being on
How
the
about this? How about we compromise? How about a give and take? You give us somewhere to stand where we can hear them getting the
on that
test
sidewalk
right
or that
here.
sidewalk? They're doing the test right here. You have a perfectly good
Why
view right
couldn't you
here. They can
stand
all
right
watch. No.
Why is that though?
Because
there's gotta be a reason.
because we have to control the area. That's why.
Right. You're not controlling what? Controlling what area? I mean, what is the
This whole
area?
We have officers doing. They got their back to you. We don't. First of all, I don't know who you are.
Right.
We don't know who you are, what you're about.
Well, we're cop watchers. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to record you.
I don't know you any
Well,
better
I
than
mean,
you know me.
how many cop watchers you ever heard of that did anything to cops?
Well, I don't want to get into the background of it, but
None.
that's
None.
not
The
necessarily
answer's
true.
none.
I've seen
But
stuff
let me
on
just-
camera. Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
Hoyer, Z. Hoyer,
Yes.
Lieutenant, right?
Yes, sir. And so they're having, you see on YouTube, right? And some of them have been arrested and done stuff.
Yeah, there's guys, but they've never tried to hurt a cop. They've been arrested for disobeying
But I don't know that.
the orders of a cop, maybe. But
I don't know that, but
come on.
dude, listen, like I said, the sidewalks are
If we came out here and
Sidewalks are
did
closed.
something to a cop
The sidewalks are
while we
closed.
recorded it, I mean, that's a new kind of stupid.
Well, but you guys
And
also-
there's stupid people
you
out there,
also
but
have the ability to edit your stuff too, right?
what do you mean edit it? What's that do?
So
We're
you can
talking
do
about
whatever
officer
you-
safety, right?
Yeah, but you're talking about people recording what I see on YouTube and
Right.
what they record. I don't know. Stuff on YouTube, obviously.
Come
they can
on,
edit.
you watch them.
I just said I did.
They can edit it, but what does that have to do with? I mean,
You said you don't see them attack people
we're
on
not
camera. You're
here.
right.
Come on, dude. Look,
I'm happy
we're
to
not
have
here
you
to
record
hurt any cop.
from
we
over
just
here.
want to record, and
But- and you're
this
more
is
than
what we
welcome
want to
to.
record. But the way
And
you
you're more
guys
than
have
welcome
set
to
it
from
up,
right over
look
there.
how far away we have to be. We can't hear anything that's being. I mean, we can't hear what's being said right here. There was concern.
What?
Check this out. There was concern. This is what started it all. See this guy they're talking to right now?
Which one?
Right here, in the white sweatshirt.
Okay.
Well, his wife's over there in a full-blown panic because no one will talk to her. Okay? And we tried to get one of the cops who spoke Spanish to come over and explain what's going on to her. She doesn't speak any English.
They will eventually, but I don't
So
know why he's
we
over
were
here
questioning
yet.
whether or not this guy's got an interpreter. Does he even know what's going on?
He's talking to him.
I know, but he doesn't speak English. Is somebody interpreting for him?
But if he doesn't speak English and we don't speak Spanish, if that's what you're...
No,
how would we
that's-
violate his
We're
amendment?
wondering
Or his
if
right
they
to
have an
remain silent?
interpreter for him. That's what I came over here to see. If this guy,
You talked to... Was you over here talking to the officer who speaks Spanish? Or the lieutenant who speaks Spanish?
that was me on this side. I don't know, the
He told
guy
you
in
to
the...
speak Spanish.
Looked like a bike cop. But he never came and talked to her. She's still standing there, doesn't know what the hell's going on.
But he may only be here for a few minutes. So people could be here for license stuff?
Somebody should go over and talk to her. Okay? And then we just want to make sure this guy has somebody, an interpreter at least, talking to him.
He's speaking to somebody right now.
But somebody speaking to him, I haven't heard him say anything. You know? Does that guy speak Spanish? I haven't heard him say
Either
anything.
he does or the other guy speaks English. I don't know.
Well, can we ask?
Here's the deal. You've got to go over there. This has no reason to be contentious.
Right.
I'm more than welcome to have you record all of it all night long.
But I'm explaining
As long
to
as
you
we're
what
here.
we want to do is record this.
This is a safety hazard. You can't be over
Okay,
it. This is the
where
road.
is it not a safety hazard? Where can we get clearance?
Right there.
See, we can't hear though.
You can use whatever mic you want, boom mics, whatever.
This is what I want to use here. I want to use this. I want to be a witness.
You would be a witness
So
with
for
the
me
boom
to
mic.
watch and listen, I mean, have some transparency here.
Yeah.
I mean, set us up with somewhere where we can hear. I mean, frisk us. Frisk me. I don't have any weapons. I mean,
The thing is,
what does it take? You know? There
I'm
is
asking-
nothing.
I'm
There's
asking
no
the same
way.
thing. All we're asking you to do is to go over there.
And all we're asking you to do is let us
At some point,
be
just let everyone-
somewhere safe where you're comfortable with, where we can
just told you.
hear what's going on.
There or there.
Okay.
And technically, the sidewalks are closed. I'm more
Listen.
than happy. That's sidewalk. I'm more than
We
happy to have you
can't
on the
hear
sidewalk.
from there, and we can't even see what's
You can hear
going
your
on.
folks over there.
You can hear us standing over here. We can't. This is where it's at,
Then stand off.
and it's done on purpose. I mean, just not by no
Well, you can
mistake.
stand right
This is
here.
by design
To do that.
to be away from the public.
You're gonna rotate on the.
Rotate!
Give us some place close enough to hear, and we'll be there. Otherwise, I think I'm going to stay right here, and they're going to come join me, and we're going to take our ticket, or whatever it is.
But then the way it works is a progression, right? You can't just keep violating the law.
Sure.
And then that means it's like.
But I'm curious to know what penal code you would write the citation for.
The traffic violations.
What traffic violation?
This is part of the roadway. You can't be in the middle of the roadway.
What would the violation be then?
I don't know the vehicle code by heart.
Well, I mean,
be careful.
Do you know what it's called?
There's traffic here, and this is part of the problem.
Hey, dude, I've been around longer than you, and haven't been hit ever. I got it. You know.
Well, I don't understand what
How
that
many
even
times
means.
you been hit in your life by a car? Me neither.
Many times.
Many times?
Yes.
Well, then you watch out, because I've never been hit. I got it.
So this
I learned that when you're young.
We're trying to give you guys every opportunity to record from anywhere over there.
The problem, what you're not hearing for some reason though, is that we can't hear what's going on from over there.
Can you hear what's
There's
going on there?
Nothing to record from over there.
You couldn't hear them talking.
Who talking? We couldn't
gentleman right there that
see
you
or
pointed out.
hear him.
You just tell me right now. Can you hear what he's saying?
From right here? No, I was gonna get closer till you stopped me.
And again, you can't because you're interfering.
How is that interfering?
Because
Recording.
From there, you can do it all night long.
Penal
We're
code
more than happy.
148G. Recording cannot be construed as interference. Look
the
that one
recording
up.
is not the interference at all.
Right.
We're recording all
Well,
night
that's
long.
all we're trying to do is record.
Again, you can record from over there all night long.
Right.
Happy to
But
have
we can't hear.
You can't hear
And
here.
that's the thing. We need to be close enough to hear by ear.
No.
Yes. Yes.
The parking lot here in front of Loki's is pretty much cleared out.
Anthony. Anthony.
Harder and Santa Clara.
He's got the case laws down. I don't know what that one is. That might be Cummings. U.S. versus Cummings.
Okay.
I think that's it. That states they have to be able to witness, visually and audibly witness what's happening. Any of you guys in the line of duty.
You're more than welcome to do it from right over there.
But we can't hear.
So if the person was hard of hearing, how close would you have to allow them to be?
Come on, dude. Don't be a dumbass
No,
on
I'm
top
asking
of it.
you a
Really?
question.
If someone's hard at, what if someone's blind? How close do they have to stand to see?
I know. Tell
You
me.
think that'd be a little different, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
How
asking you.
How about the reasonable doubt? Okay. What's reasonable?
This is what we're doing for you, Senator. Okay. We have a permit. This is our event.
Right.
So.
No. Stop you there, because nothing you do is yours. This is our event.
We have a permit for this area.
No, your permit is ours. You work for us.
Okay.
We're the boss here.
Okay.
We're the boss.
Okay, you tell us what to do.
We
because we don't know.
Are the ones who are paying for this.
Don't touch me.
You touched me. Shut the fuck up. That's where I draw the line. Shut up. Get away. You're a dumbass. Did you even graduate high school? What are you doing?
Okay, you can't be here
Don't
in the
touch
media.
me. Quit swinging your fucking hands around then.
The one that's swinging your hands at me.
And
Oh, so it's
I'm not the
okay.
one saying don't fucking touch me.
I didn't actually
You are.
say that.
You
I said,
are.
Don't touch me. That's actually what I said.
Okay, don't touch me. I didn't. You did.
Sir,
Okay,
you can't be
we're
in the
both
meeting.
talking with our hands fingertips touch. Don't touch me. That makes you a fucking dumbass. How do you survive in society? Get away. How about back the fuck up then? If you're worried about being touched, you're in the wrong line of work. I bet everybody you come into contact with, you touch. So why would you say something so ignorant and stupid like that, you know? And I believe 100% when we're out here, it's education above confrontation.
Okay, I like that.
But that,
So I'm trying to educate
that
you. You can't
was,
be in the
you
road.
crossed the line already.
Oh,
So
I did.
I don't want to hear anything from you. That showed me who you are. Okay? You're who we're out here trying to weed out. Guys like you.
Thank you.
Okay? Don't touch me. You're not special. You're not special. You have a badge because we gave you one. Any authority you have, because we gave it to you.
Okay,
You
I
work for
understand that.
us.
Thank you, I
Okay, so
appreciate
get
that.
back to work because you're not doing anything productive here.
Unfortunately.
You're actually you're bringing a negative tone to what was a good mellow
that's
conversation.
awesome.
So go
Super
away.
terrific.
Kick rocks.
Unfortunately, I can't go away.
Split. You can't because your ego.
No, it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with that.
Oh, what are you doing then?
Fortunately, we can't have.
You're here for his safety? Oh, I thought that's what he was here for. So what are you doing other than standing here on your ego? Go away.
I'm not standing on my
No,
ego.
there's no more production coming out of this conversation with you here.
I appreciate
Period.
that.
Here's the thing.
If you'd like to continue conversation, get rid of this guy, because my ears are closed right now.
You have to get off the meeting. It's
Cite me a penal code. Threaten me with arrest. Am I going to be arrested?
Not right this second, no.
Oh, if I don't leave the
At
meeting.
some point, it could happen, yes.
It could, but will it?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let me know when that
There's
comes.
no-
Until then,
things
I'm going to stay
happen.
right here and record.
I'm not going to tell you what will or won't happen.
See, look at. There's no translation going on over there.
We're talking.
There's no one translating.
So once he's done, are you planning on leaving?
Once he's done, no, I'm staying here until I have a reason to leave. I mean, what's?
You want traffic guys want to write it, and then if not, we'll go forward.
I mean, what is the penal code? See, Lieutenant, just give us a spot where we can hear.
Right over there is more than welcome.
Why can't you hear that? Is it maybe it's just too much here? A spot where we can hear what's going
From
on.
over there, you'd be able to hear as much as you're hearing right now.
No, I can hear way more right now. I can see actually even over here.
If your
no
eyesight's
one's
decent,
talking
like
to
you
this
were
guy in
talking about.
Spanish. Okay. I
man's
could
leaving.
hear that. But no one ever spoke to him in Spanish. No one ever went and talked to his wife like he said they was going to do.
I don't know who said that, or if they said it, or if you guys are the ones who said that.
Yeah.
When this guy gets down here, whew, look out.
The center median is part of the roadway, so it's a pedestrian in the roadway. This is part of the roadway. It is not a
Pedestrian road, or what's the penal code?
It's not a penal code. It's a vehicle code.
Right. Well, he's right. Vehicle code.
More than 10, 50 feet away, I'm not obstructing anything.
21956A of the vehicle code.
Yeah, read it.
Pedestrian 21956A of the vehicle code.
21.
Pedestrian being in the roadway. You are in the roadway
And
right
what?
now.
Obstructing traffic.
You're in the roadway. This is part of the
Obstructing
roadway.
traffic.
That is not what it says.
Yes.
You cannot be in the roadway.
Ever?
That's what the vehicle code says.
Really?
Yeah, you cannot walk in the middle of the roadway, sir.
Right. If
Okay, you asked
there's
what the vehicle code was?
if
I'm
there's-
not here to debate it with you.
if you're
What I'm
obstructing
explaining to you is
traffic.
that's the section you asked
Okay.
for, and I provided it to you. Okay.
if you're obstructing traffic, read read it out loud.
You're trying to violate his rights, guys. You're trying to distract him so he can't hear what's going on over there. Keyboard to violate our rights. Yes, we're talking about you.
So what they're trying to say is that this is considered in the roadway, and we're not allowed to ever be in the roadway.
It's funny though. I mean, if a car drove up here, wouldn't they get a ticket for being on the island? For off the road?
Right.
So I guess it's not the roadway.
Can't put two
I
wheels
guess
here.
is that sidewalk part of the roadway? Come on, guys, you can do better than that. If you're going to violate our rights, come up with something better than that. Like a fake ordinance or a fake statute or penal code.
What I asked is where would they like us to stand and record where we can hear?
I had to have press credentials. You here is authorized to check press credentials. I bet you know
Who
what
said that?
they don't exist. It's not right here.
The close guy?
It says he's authorized to check press credentials. They don't exist, guys.
Hey, do you know who prints press credentials? Education for everyone. You know who prints press credentials? The press. They print their own credentials. There's no government office that prints press credentials. There's no such thing. So yeah, don't ever say that. You know what? You know what? Do you guys know what the First Amendment is? I do. Okay, under the First Amendment, there's five rights that are protected. Rights that we're born
Yeah,
with.
do you guys have a press pass for your religion?
And one of those is
Rotate!
the
Back
freedom
to
of
work.
press, which gives every individual the freedom to be press. Is that me? Oh, that's yours, huh? That's funny. I got the same alarm on my timer.
Showing, violence
But that First Amendment gives every citizen
Yeah, at least they're getting
or
overtime,
every
right? That's what
American
counts.
the freedom of press. You are press.
All right, guys. My bad. That guy can't be out there too long. I'm gonna go back to the sidewalk.
Just out of curiosity, do you guys ask these folks when you record them? I know it's a public place, but I'm just curious. Do you guys ask them if it's okay to post them, or do you guys just post them?
Oh yeah, we have freedom to post.
No,
Yeah, whatever we
I'm
want.
just asking
If
out of
somebody
courtesy.
says something,
Because you said you're out here to watch out for them and respect them. So I'm just curious.
no, we nothing to do with anybody that's coming through. We're out here to make sure you guys are doing your job
No, I
right.
know, and to protect their rights.
Right.
Correct. So as part of protecting
Protect
their
everybody.
rights,
To protect your rights.
I
Protect
understand
his
that. I'm an
rights.
American too.
Right.
So that's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking if you do the courtesy of that. If you don't, you don't.
No,
You
we
don't have
couldn't
to.
ask every person that comes by. No,
Well,
what we
if you
what we
videotape
would do is I would take that opportunity to educate them that anytime you're out in public, you don't have a right to privacy. There's no expectation of privacy in public. Everywhere, and if
It
anybody
just seems if someone's
if
having a bad
anybody
day,
thinks that they walk outside their door at their home
They don't,
and
yeah.
they're not on a camera immediately anymore,
No,
they're
100%.
everywhere.
it just seems like it might be a polite thing to do to ask someone if they want to be on.
Well, I mean, we can't ask every
Like,
car here.
Not every car, but I mean like these people who are sitting here.
But if somebody said, I don't want to be on camera, I would do my best to keep them off camera, sure. Or blur them or whatever. But blurring is a pain in the ass, I'll tell you. It really is. Anytime, if it's a still shot, then it's easy to blur. You say this area blur. But when it's moving all around, you have to actually move the blur, through the whole clip.
It just
They
seems
probably
like it's
have
kinda
apps out there
subjective
that do it, but mine doesn't. And I'm not spending the time learning another one.
Hey, when you get
Is
home
there any
tonight,
way that, like, him and I?
I'm not talking to you. You blew it.
him and
You
I
got
will-
one
we'll-
shot,
We'll talk to you
and
over
it's
there,
over.
and
It's over.
I'm gonna
It's
be
over.
totally honest.
I don't
am
want to
really
talk to you.
concerned
I
about
am
a car
not
coming down the
talking
street
to you.
and hitting you. That is
Really?
yes.
Trade me spots.
I don't want to be there.
You see? I'm not worried about it.
I am worried.
I'm
Every
not.
single car that comes by, I'm legitimately worried.
Okay, are you out here enforcing laws, or are you out here as a safety officer? Enforcing,
both.
Enforcing safety. You're not. You're not responsible for my safety.
I'm not
You-
responsible.
Yeah,
for
you
your
need to
safety.
go do some study because you are just stepping on it every step of the way. My safety is not your concern.
let him do his work. Let him do his job.
I would rather you be right there than when you go down to the other
So
way.
what?
Just stay right there.
So
You're
what?
just making
You know
me
what?
nervous.
Then that's where I want to stand because I don't like you, okay? And I want you to go away. You came over here and brought your negativity into a very positive
I did
interaction,
bring my-
and I'm just done with you, okay? That was ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I was concerned about you. I shouldn't have been.
That was that.
recording
No,
you.
your ego. Okay? Look at the ego on this guy. He's still standing here. You're dismissed. Go back to work. You don't have anything. I mean, you're making overtime right now to stand here on your ego. I'm surprised you're not chewing gum. That's always a good way to spot a real tyrant. The gum chewing. And what other job can you work with the public with a piece of gum in your mouth? It's so unprofessional, and you see him tyrant every time. I call it a mile away. This guy's chewing gum. He's gonna be a tyrant, and they will every time.
So here's the one thing like he's talking about. If you watch these cars, watch everyone when they drive by you. They go into the other lane.
No, I know.
If one of them crashes,
I agree.
You're gonna be in the
I agree.
road
I'd
that
rather be right there.
caused the crash. I'm
But-
telling you.
But I mean,
you seem concerned for other people. That's part of the concern.
Leave him alone. Let him do his job, guys. Lieutenant Hoyer, leave him alone.
he knows you or what? You know Hoyer?
I'll probably give him my name. It's not a secret, it's right.
He's the
right
local.
here.
He's the local. We're all from different. Well, I'm only from Antioch. He's right here.
Stopping him from filming is a Bain Act violation. 52.1 California Penal Code.
They're not stopping me.
The Bain Act, there's a whole lot to it. You have to read the whole thing. It's not about, not you, but him. Just yelling the Bain Act. Don't mean there's a violation of the Bain Act. No one's stopping you from recording. The thing is, though.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. It's not just stopping. It's intimidation, which this could be. This absolutely could be considered intimidation. I mean,
well,
it'd be a tough case, you know.
We could all say whatever.
Whereas
we
you're
want.
blinding me with your light, that's an easy case.
We could all say all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Everything is open for debate.
How do you feel about qualified immunity? Think it should be banned?
So, qualified immunity is more than just a quick answer. It would have to be a long discussion. We're not going to get into it right now.
I mean, it's really not. I mean, if you...
For you, it's not? Maybe.
I mean, you have to violate somebody's rights to actually lose it. But I mean, shouldn't you guys be held accountable like everybody else?
Well, you're talking about two different things. If I believe in accountability, 100%.
Qualified immunity meaning that...
I think you're interpreting it different than I would say.
Okay, let's say...
Like I said, I'm not going to get into a debate with you about it.
Here's a good one.
But I do believe 100%.
Let's say you're hot rodding in your police car.
You don't let me finish my answer.
Well, I mean, I know what you're going to say.
I would tell you 100% I believe in accountability.
I do this. I've heard this answer.
But why would you even ask me then?
Well, because I want to see if maybe you had a new answer, but you're just coming up with the old one.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to ever tell you that I don't believe in accountability because I do.
Right.
That's
but
why I'm totally cool with
with
you guys
qualified
doing that,
immunity,
and we make sure we have ours on here too.
Wouldn't you agree that that's counterproductive to transparency?
So if someone does something wrong, they would get in trouble. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, I got a good one for you because this just happened out in Oakley, California. Cops not chasing anybody, just driving, loses it around a corner, going too fast, smashes like I'd say 25 foot of brick wall, hits it that hard, brick wall, hits that. So it must be doing 100 miles an hour on impact, and destroys the car. Destroys the wall that's private property, these homes, okay? That cop doesn't lose a penny. He's not held accountable.
So
shouldn't he pay for all of that?
Here'd be my question is...
But wait, who does pay for that then?
It depends on the situation.
Who does pay for it?
An officer can be held financially liable.
But who does pay for that when he's not?
As far as what?
Who pays the bill?
It depends on the scenario.
No, it doesn't. It's never the cop. Never, ever the cop.
You're asking if it would be the city or the private person. Is that what you're asking?
It's the taxpayers that pay for their mistakes.
Taxpayers pays for the city's...
For the cops' mistakes. The city taxpayers pay for the cops' mistakes no matter what. The cop beats somebody to the ground and gets fired and there's a big lawsuit and he loses millions of dollars. Who pays for that?
So
the cop
can be held accountable.
The taxpayer
themselves.
Now, why can he be when he loses his qualified immunity? He can be, right?
So I don't know if we're on the same page with what you're saying.
Meaning, if whatever happens from the wreck to a cop just blatantly beating somebody. And it turned into a big court case, and the city gets sued. The cop never pays, no matter what.
So I don't think that's entirely accurate, but
that is. If he's got qualified immunity.
If someone is found to be within policy, and they did the right thing, then yeah, they
within policy, and the city gets sued.
But you could be in policy, and people sue people all the time.
Right.
Right? It doesn't always mean they did something wrong.
Well, policy doesn't matter. It's what the law says.
But the policy can also affect it too.
Well, that can affect whether or not that cop is found guilty in court, right? But he's still not going to pay.
So there's been officers in the past who've had to pay for damages, if that's what you're asking.
Officers that were still on the force?
My understanding, so I can sit here and cite who did what or court cases.
Smoking weed while he's walking across the street. Are you guys running license?
You want to rotate him, Sam?
You're about to get hit by a car, dude.
Here, over there, or where are we going?
Not married. Thank you, though.
That was your comeback? I'm not married? That was it?
Am I supposed to come back with a comeback? Why would I do that?
Hey, he just told me he hope I get hit by a car. He said I hope I get hit by a car. Who did?
I said you're gonna get hit by a car. There's a car coming right here.
He just reported me.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. For the record, he did not say that.
Get hit by a car like a blue fucking straight fucking garbage. You're a piece of shit. You never want to being police officers to protect the public, not wish them bodily harm. This tyrant right here wishes that.
Now you're a tyrant too. See, I came over here to peace talk. Because they were so aggressive over there.
You clearly saw he did not say that. You didn't say
Yeah,
that.
I know. I
But
said
then,
so.
I don't know if they're your friends or just, I don't know, co-worker friends, or they just know who you are, but they're obviously just yelling stuff that's not true. So on their YouTube
Well, because he
channel-
yelled something that wasn't true. They
No,
think it.
I know, but
That's how it starts.
So, like, if you consider yourself media,
Yeah.
isn't it your job to
No,
try
when
and
I
get the truth,
when I get back
right?
over here, I'm gonna tell him. I said on mine.
No, I
For the
know.
record,
I'm
you
just
didn't say
saying
that.
is, if you truly are media, the idea is to put out the truth and investigate. If you do
Absolutely.
something wrong, you put it out. Same
Absolutely.
thing. But it's also, if someone else lies, and I know you did, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to say they're your friends. I don't know if they are or aren't your friends.
Yeah, they are.
But they're out here yelling stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're live or they're just going to post it. It's just completely false. Completely false.
And I'll tell them when they didn't say that.
But once it's out there, I don't know if you guys do this live or if it's not live.
No, these
But
are
if you
good
put
guys. They're not out here. Like I said, we're out here to educate. You know, that's what we're really looking for. We're not looking for conflict. We're looking for change.
Have you guys read up on like the laws and stuff and how these work with the?
Some better than others, but I mean, you could, like you know,
Like,
could,
do you know the
you
legality
could study
of
your
detention?
whole freaking.
Of course, there's giant books that are this big.
You could never know it all.
I know.
But that's
why, like,
that's the
He
downfall.
thinks he watches something on the Baines Act and just keeps yelling it over and over again.
That's the cravat of
without knowing about it.
the caveat of living in America. You know, it's a land of laws. There is no end.
But I didn't know if you guys actually looked up like the vehicle code sections and stuff that allow this, and I don't know if you guys.
Well, when I come across something that I don't know, I try to always go home and learn.
No, you should research it because there is stuff that allows for obviously doing this,
Right.
And that's why it's so specific, right? There's how it's set up.
Well, like
the
we
way
weren't
it's
even going to
set.
come on your sidewalk because I saw these signs. I came out and checked them all out.
Technically, the sidewalk is closed, like you said.
Well, you know what?
And legally,
You know what, LT?
I know it's a public place.
They
Here's
have
the
no
thing, though.
sign on this end.
But they don't need to have a sign. We have a permit.
But there's no. You know what I'm saying?
But we're not trying to enforce it. We talked about it. We
They
don't
have
care.
the sidewalk. No,
We're
I
happy with you
caught
guys
that.
being on the
Yeah,
sidewalk.
that's we were like, they're not freaking running us off. Yeah, we were just gonna get in the bushes.
And that's exactly
do you
why.
know
Why
that
put
the
you guys in the
sidewalk,
bushes?
the sidewalk sign is only down here? That anybody coming down from this side, there's no sign.
Worst case, we would just tell them.
Yeah. I just
It's not
wonder
like
if you realize.
We're not overly worried about it. It's just one of those things. Like I said, technically it's closed
Right.
because we have a permit for it.
Right.
We're
And
not
I'll
trying to
tell
be-
you what.
We're not trying to be confrontational. We're
And
letting
I'll
guys
tell
do
you
your
what.
thing. We're fine
And
with it.
I'll tell you that something that this country should have learned from the Dutch when they did the marijuana legalization is a lot of people don't know this. So in Amsterdam, You know, everybody thinks marijuana is legal. It's actually not legal, but they tolerate it. They allow it. That way, the cops always have the upper hand. You know, they give them the rules. Here's the rules. You're going to play by the rules. And if not, it's illegal anyway, what you're doing. So we come in and snatch it away at any time. So follow the fucking rules.
So technically, in the United States of America, it's illegal.
Right.
Here, everywhere.
Right.
So it is. It's a
but
crime,
that's the kind of mentality that would be much better for cops to take. Is that don't
if
make
you want
it
to
so
change
cut and dry.
the whole way the country's ran, then what do?
What they teach
you get a bunch of people to vote for you, and
we don't have
try
that
to get yourself elected, and then you push policy.
Right.
That's how you make change, right?
Well, I mean, it's beyond that. It's the culture there is of tolerance. You tolerate
You say
your
that.
fellow
Have you
people.
been to this one?
Oh yeah, I've been several times. To Amsterdam?
And lived there?
Oh
Or just
yeah.
Been there?
Oh, I've been there 4 times.
Because I can guarantee you go over there and
I
talk to
stayed
people.
for 3 weeks one
Yeah,
time.
okay.
as
But
long
if you go talk to people over there, and there's a whole bunch of people who aren't happy with a whole bunch of things too.
Sure, there are. But
Right?
it's
everywhere.
It's that tolerance though that allows 1 million people to live in a 7-mile square. You know.
There's a whole
they
bunch of
tolerate
factors.
one
But there's a
another.
whole bunch of other factors that go into that too.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. But I thought that was very intelligent of their police force to do. Is, you know, the people want to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to
Then
intelligently
let
speak about
them.
their police force.
But give your set of rules. You have all the you're holding all the cards. It's against the law, but you're just turning a blind eye to it as long as they follow the rules.
There's a lot of that stuff going on.
But we have to legislate everything. Everything is legislated. Everything is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million laws in the books, of course, but I mean,
But I
only so many things are.
I'll just go on record because it's getting posted. Is I absolutely 100% support them legalizing marijuana. So much. I mean, they should have done that long ago. It should have never been. I mean, the real evil is alcohol. I mean, that ruins people's lives every day, and you can buy it in the Safeway. You can buy it on, it's available on every corner. You can go get alcohol, and you can take alcohol, go down to the corner, and kill yourself with it. Drink enough of it, But that's been legal all this time, and marijuana's been illegal
Alcohol wasn't always legal everywhere.
during Prohibition, or in Kentucky on a Sunday. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was in the army out in Kentucky, and we got leave, and you couldn't leave the base because you couldn't go nowhere and drink. You drink on base, but not out in the public. So you guys aren't giving the sobriety test or what? Right.
It's a driver's license for the most part.
And you know what? That's another thing, like we were talking about when we go home and we learn the laws and all that. I can't find anything that, even case law, that gives the authority to check a driver's license.
2014?
Ingersoll.
No, I've read that up and down.
Ingersoll versus Palmer.
What is it?
Ingersoll versus Palmer.
Ingersoll versus Palmer.
2814.2 as well.
I've read that up and down. It says nothing about a driver's license. It says that these stops are permitted. They're not a violation. But they actually check an ID.
Oh, to check the ID.
Yeah,
Well,
it
part
doesn't
of the
say
check of the
anything
ID
about it.
is
And only California does this.
I don't know about that.
Thank you.
So you guys also check registration, proof of insurance, and all that. And you can't tow them just for driver's license, right?
If we have a suspended license, it can be towed.
If you don't have a driver's license at all.
You mean like you've never had it?
What I read says that they can't tow just for a driver's license violation.
What's the current on the 12500?
So there's two. There's driving that you've never been licensed, so unlicensed, and then there's suspended. So 12500 or 14600. Depending on each one, some of them are a 30-day impound, and some of them are just
But at a DUI checkpoint,
So the way that we do it here, so per the regulations, we have to keep the car here unless you are suspended. So for example, if somebody was to come through and they just don't have a driver's license, if you were in the vehicle with them and you had a valid driver's license,
Right, you could pull the car over and then somebody can come down and drive it off.
we would just we'd let you drive the vehicle. We'd come over here, we would check their license, they say, hey, we don't have one. We'd just verify to make sure they don't have one, and then we would give them a citation for driving without a driver's license. To be totally honest, the way that you fix that is you just go down and you get your driver's license.
Right. Yeah,
The
you
real
go to court
purpose-
with a license, the judge is going to say you're good. Yeah.
So the real purpose of this is we want people to go to. How about this? Can you stand right here?
If you leave,
I'm talking to you.
I know, I don't want
just
you to.
I don't
I know,
want you to fall.
you already ruined it between us. And I'll tolerate you, but
Well, I appreciate you tolerating me. So what I was saying was,
you're doing all right.
we
You're
want
winning me back.
we want you to have a driver's license because there's other pieces to having a driver's license. As you know, you go down, you have to take a driver's test, which kind of basically says you know the rules of the road. Then the other piece is when you register your vehicle, you also have to register your vehicle with insurance. And so the reason why that we want people to go down and be educated on driving is so they know the rules of the road and they understand kind of the rules as far as registering your
Right.
vehicle and having insurance, because we don't want people to crash and then typically if they don't have insurance, unfortunately, they leave the scene and then it causes
Right.
a problem for the other driver. So I hope that answers the question as far as that. So if it was a 12,500, so somebody that's just unlicensed, you're in the vehicle, we'll let them go along with
Right.
that. If it's a suspended driver, so the driver has been suspended, meaning they've been notified that for some reason their driver's license has been suspended. And that has nothing to do with that. That has to do with the courts. If it's their vehicle, it's unfortunately going to be towed. If it was your vehicle and I was driving it, my license was suspended, we have until the end of the night for somebody to come.
Pick your car up, right?
It has to be the registered owner.
Right.
So that's that part. So as far as the checkpoint, here's our cheat sheet on it. So I was trying to give you the information.
Uh-oh.
That way there you could just absolutely have it here. So according to the California Supreme Court and the
Guy's got
U.S.
gin and
Supreme
juice
Court
in hand.
have affirmed that the enforcement agencies can conduct
Right?
checkpoints to determine if the driver has a license or is under the influence of alcohol. This is an administrative detention similar to
Wait,
truck
read that
safety.
again. Read that again. This policy? I just want you to back up one sentence.
I don't have my glasses.
Yeah. Oh, I don't either.
I got a little bit of light here, so I'm doing okay.
But it said to check the driver's license. This is policy?
Right? No. This is California Supreme Court.
So this is case law.
California Supreme Court and the U.S. Supreme Court have affirmed that law enforcement agencies can conduct checkpoints to determine if a driver has a license and is under the influence of alcohol and or drugs. This is an administrative detention similar to a truck safety
Right.
inspection. No individual probable cause is needed.
Okay, so what? Now that was case law, and that was the one that you
It's
cited.
going to be probably Ingersoll versus Palmer.
Right.
Like Hoyer was saying, we don't mind that you're sitting here doing this stuff. Quite honestly, if this was the sidewalk here, I wouldn't have an issue with it as well. My true concern, and I know you don't believe me, is the safety of people.
Right.
And so I don't want somebody to get hurt by trying to come over here and get footage that I am not concerned about anybody getting. So that is truly what we're here for.
Have I not dispelled any
No,
fears that you guys have that
I
I'm
don't
here
have
to
any
hurt a cop?
fears. No.
It's not the cop thing. It's, first of all, we can't just let anyone do this.
I get.
Because you already said that anyone could be the press, which means we would have to let everyone over here in the
Right.
roadway.
Could
I
you
understand.
could you imagine
got
if
cars that
everybody
are
lined up
swerving,
here, like the problems that we would have, and that's it really it. Just like he was saying, like him and I'm running this. He's helping me with it. Okay.
Oh, this is your shit show?
This is mine. That's
is that why you
I'm-
guys started so late?
That's why I'm.
Is that
That's
on
why
you?
I'm standing here. And so him and I discussed. We do actually have a permit,
Right.
but I was like, well, what's the point? They're just there filming. I have
Right.
no issue with that. Okay, so we discussed that. We were going to let you guys do whatever you wanted to do. I have no issue with
That's
that.
the best thing to do is just ignore.
But what happened was
Honestly,
I was over
don't say
there,
a
I was
word.
helping out, and someone said, hey, he's over there. Somebody came up behind him, and so that's why I came over
Right.
here. I don't want you in the roadway here.
Well, I mean, like I
not
said,
not
I'd
because
rather be right there.
not because you're doing this. It wouldn't matter if I was working patrol. If somebody was standing here,
Right.
I'd be worried about their safety.
Right.
Because you are sober. Okay.
Right.
But a lot of the people that walk by
Am I?
here, they maybe have been doing something that they're not
Right.
completely. And so, the terrain and everything. The last thing we need is somebody to fall into the roadway and somebody to get hurt. We don't want that. So that was my real concern, and that's why I said, hey, if you would just quit going down there, stand up here. I'm happy
Right.
with that. But unfortunately, you can't just walk through our checkpoint.
Sure, I get that.
Okay.
But this is the part that we want to film. And we want to be able to hear the commands are being given and their responses. They're counting, we want to
Oh,
be
you
able
mean
to
for
hear.
when they're actually going through
Yes, when they're
a
taking
sobriety
the test. And we would like to see if they're given an option to take it or not. It's the way they word it sometimes. These guys, a lot of times, don't know. They don't have to take a sobriety test, a field
Absolutely.
sobriety test. Which I don't understand why they don't just go straight to the breathalyzer anyway. Because they take the field sobriety test, and it's a shit show, and they fail it. They're taking the sobriety test anyway. They pass it with flying colors. They're taking the breathalyzer test anyway. How come they don't just give them the breathalyzer?
I think to be honest, it has a little bit to do with like the steps as far as like, hey, what were the reasons behind? So an officer sees some type of objective symptoms, and they're basically using the test to confirm or deny that.
Right. But
That-
there's so little science behind those tests. I think there's 4 tests that they use, 4 different tests. I don't really know, honestly. But from what I've read, there's so little science behind it.
Have you watched DUI
It's so
checkpoints?
subjective. What's that?
Have you watched DUI checkpoints?
Oh yeah.
And you've seen it on YouTube?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And movies.
Oh yeah.
And you watch them, can you pretty clearly see if someone's intoxicated? Not borderline.
I mean, you can have
Be
an
honest,
opinion.
right? You ask the honest.
You can have an opinion.
And it's
I
our
think
opinion,
he
which
is.
should be
or he's not.
confirmed
Right.
with the breathalyzer or blood.
Right. But I mean, that's
But-
what I don't understand is why
If
do
you
they
can
even,
barely stand.
why do they even do the field? No matter what,
us or
they get a
them?
breathalyzer.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean, let's see.
If you did really well on the test, you're not going to take it to jail. I mean, if you don't.
You're
show
going to
other
blow
signs-
first, so hopefully let
No.
them go.
Not always.
How come?
You
Why don't they
You
just go
pass the
straight
front-
to that?
Because say you had one drink and you smell like alcohol, and it's kind of like, I don't know. It seems like they're intoxicated, and then we do their test. And
But I
they're
mean,
very,
you
very
spend
sober.
45 minutes doing a field sobriety test. Why don't you just blow them right then and there and be done? Okay. Oh, I guess we're rotating. All right. All right, guys.
here? No, don't go that way. Do me a favor.
Cross?
Come here.
Hey, check this out though. One thing I will leave with you guys that really made you guys look bad is a couple months ago you had your Click It or Ticket campaign out here. And we came out and recorded, I think it was July, mid-July. They had it advertised, extra cops on. We came out here, for 8 hours we recorded out here. CopWatch did traffic stops. Not one Hayward cop, not one had their seatbelt on the whole night that we were out here.
I can tell
During
you,
their campaign.
whether, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's wrong. It's against policy, obviously.
Right.
I wasn't there for all of that, obviously. And we do take it serious, and we do address it when we see it.
But that's
Just so you know.
shit like that. I mean, we came out to
I'm
record.
not saying it's
and
okay.
it
I'm telling you we address it when we see
made
it.
you guys really.
Like when they were driving away, you're saying?
Yeah, when they would pull up, every cop that we saw pull away, no seatbelt on. Every time. Pull up, get out of the car, no seatbelt on.
Well,
And
we
it's shit like
appreciate
that.
you telling us
It's
that.
shit like that that really makes us.
Here, so here, I want you to go
Number
because
something
he's
that I could
doing
look up.
Go
It would be
ahead.
a lot easier if you had something like
I'm getting arrested.
yell back, because then they're gonna say,
Hey, are you the lieutenant in charge?
I'm a lieutenant here.
Good luck.
Here, yeah.
I told you I was a good one.